Hello and welcome to Tracing TV. This is our very first Tracing Classic 2024 video, and what better way to mark the occasion with a new release, and it is the Midland mainline enhancement pack from Armstrong Powerhouse. This released on the 25th of May, so literally about a day ago now, 2 days when this video goes out. And yeah, this package fully brings this route to life. Really is an easy way of putting it. It literally is a full remaster of the BTG Midland mainline route, Bedford to St Pancras. Now, we actually streamed this route in a different guise about 8 months ago now, just probably about over 8 months almost now. We actually streamed it and did a video before it went to AP. So when I did a video and streamed it, also Alan Thompson's done a video and streamed. I'm not sure he did a video, but I know he streamed. I think once the streams and videos all went out, AP had seen it, and obviously he was very interested. He's approached Toby, Amiel and Pablo Martinez, also known as JPM, and then obviously they've formed themselves together as a team, and they've brought this route even further forward from what it was when we actually showed it. It's changed massively from when I first played it. It's even better than what it was. It was fantastic when I first played it, but it's even better now. It's really, really lovely. There's so much detail on this. Wherever you look, it's something new, and the route's been literally, it was literally ripped up everywhere trackside and rebuilt from the ground up. I think distance scenery sort of stayed as was, but for the most part, literally everything's been ripped up. We currently join our train at Dudding Hill Junction. I'm just going to quickly come back out there. We are driving a pair of 37s on a rail tour. So this has actually been sort of slightly added into the route. I don't think the original route had as much scenery going this way, but the extra scenery has been put in to make extra use of some extra track and to make it a bit more worthwhile for starting a scenario coming into the Midland main line from this junction. As you see there, Dudding Hill Junction. I think it's a Wherry Line signal box that's been repurposed with some nameplates put on top. Does the job. Looks no doubt it's probably quite close to what it should look like. Let's have a quick look. I have got my web browser open because I'm going to cover bits in the manual as well. Let's have a quick look on Flickr. So Dudding, how are we spelling this? So it's Dudding Hill as 2 words, Junction. No doubt we'll find a picture of the box. Okay, maybe not quite the same, unless I can find a picture. But no, it's not quite the same, to be honest. But it isn't too far off. It is actually a white box technically. It just doesn't have this bit on the back. But for what it is, at least there's a box we put there, and it's actually had some nameplates added to it. So fair play. It's not the end of the world if it's not fully new. Anyway, right, we are heading towards, we're taking the line to the left, we're going to head north towards Bedford. This is a Powerhouse scenario off the application where you can download extra scenarios for a price of 99p per scenario. At the time of the route release, there was 5 new scenarios put onto the Powerhouse with a variety of traction and different services. There's a few rail tours, the mail working, and I think there was some other bits and pieces as well. I think there was a HST and a test train, I think, something like that. So there's a few bits you can get yourself stuck into there. 4 scenarios come with the route as well. Those all feature class 700 workings, which makes sense because what's happened is all packs that AP's done. So if you had the VP 185 pack, Class 117 Volume 1, B19 Volume 1 and 2, 377, 379 and 387, JJ-K PHA wagon pack, the JPA wagon pack, or the Skyweather EP or TDA wagons, all scenarios that featured on the original Midland mainline have been brought onto this route as an update. So basically you get a shed load of scenarios if you've already got them packs. If you just literally re-download the updates, it'll put them to this, so you'll have about 20, I think it's like 22 scenarios overall, I think you'll have if you had everything. So there's a lot of scenarios already to actually get yourself stuck into with this. It's quite cool, really. So maybe there's scenarios you've already driven. Maybe there's some scenarios you never did drive. Now you can have a drive on this if you've got the route. So I've got my rail atlas out, which is a rarity as well. I don't normally remember to bring this book out, but I have done today. So I've just gonna find myself on it. That's all right. This is Brent Curve Junction. We're now joining on to the Midland at. So the line we've just come from is Dudding Hill. It's the line that goes across Neasden. So if you picture the Met line, there's a line that goes over the top of the Met line at Neasden Station and near the depot. That's that line. And the line from Dudding Hill Junction goes along through Neasden South Junction and then heads on to Acton Wells Junction. I think it's a freight only line as well, so no passenger service unless it's a rail tour. Hence with what we're doing, this is the Moorlander rail tour. Just going to give you the blurb on this one. So, hello driver, you start the move at Dudding Hill Junction on a hot and muggy summer's evening. You're running 11 minutes late as things stand, so hopefully the signalman gives you a good run up the Midland. Here are some book timings. Hendon at 1941, St Albans City at 1956, Luton at 2005, Flitwick at 2013, and Bedford at 2022. And please note your max speed is 80 miles per hour. Enjoy. This comes under AP96 as the number scenario. And also it quite makes sense. Now I was wondering what AP was up to with all the extra reskins that he was updating the packs with on Mark 2s and Mark 1s. And if we just come out quickly, this actually tells you all what he's been up to. So that was one of the ones that was done. So he's done these reskins for the scenarios on the AP Powerhouse scenario site thing. And also this comes with a nice little headboard for 37,669, which is quite nice. So I always like a good headboard. It also just makes your scenario a little bit more authentic. We've done it before with some OCS scenarios with thanks from Matt Wilson in the past. And people do generally appreciate that extra effort. As well, we've got Cricklewood just over here, which is the depot area. So we've got freight depot, Victoria Rail Freight, and sidings all around this area. I'm just going to quickly show you as well, just while we're here. It's got a lot more detail on it. It's got the tram style catenary, single wire stuff. Gantry's got all these lights on top as well. This has had a lot of work put in, and what you're going to see throughout this drive is just the sheer amount of detail that the team involved have done over the last not just 8 months with AP, but however many months prior to the original version that we streamed. There's just so much detail. It's absolutely fantastic. It really does set a bar for route building, because this has got to be one of the most detailed routes I've seen. It's impressive. I'm just so glad that the guys finally got the route out as well. I'm sure they are as well. So not only does it come with a shed load of scenarios via all the packs that AP's done, if you go on ATS, JPM, who was part of the route, has already uploaded about 5 or so scenarios to ATS as well. I think those scenarios were the ones that were in the original version that I had last year. Some of them do look familiar, but it's nice that they've been released as well, because they didn't actually get included into the main route. Now, before we go any further, what's the price, you may ask? No doubt you probably know by now, but it's £19.99. What do you need for the route? First of all, you of course need Bedford St Pancras, the DTG original Midland mainline route, Chatham mainline London Victoria, Blackfriars, Dover and Ramsgate, and West Coast mainline South London Euston to Birmingham. Those are all the items you require from Steam. Then from Just Trains, you need at least one of these 3 following packs, which is either Sheffield to Derby, South Western Expressways to Reading, or the Wessex Main Line, Southampton to Salisbury route. You only need one of them, and that's for the JT Common Library, so you only need one of those routes. If you've got all three, fantastic, but if you've only got the one of those, then you're laughing as well. Scenario requirements for the ones that come with the route is the AP Class 43, VP 185 Mark 3 Enhancement, the Class 700, 707 and 717 Enhancement Pack, and the JT 222 Advanced. It's recommended as well that you do have the Sky Weather Pack Volume 2 for your scenarios. That's going to give you obviously the most out of it in terms of scripted weather, but it will work if you don't have it. It's not a necessity, but it is a requirement. This scenario is set in a nice area of colourful 319s, old Thames Link. We're heading towards Hendon Station currently as well. My favourite bit of the route now, 10 mile an hour for ages, and this is where I usually lose power, nearly slow down, go backwards or spad a signal. If anything was like my last showing when I streamed it. Although I was a little bit intoxicated at the time as well. Enjoying the bank holiday weekend, as you do. Did have slight issues with this scenario on the stream. I did try streaming it back. The scenario broke. It wasn't actually turned out to be broken. It was turned out I had an update in class 37, so that is now sorted. There's been an update at some point that I'd not grabbed, which made it so all the ETA and the mileage and that what time it was going to get somewhere weren't showing basically. We're heading as well, so this will take us up to Silkstream Junction, just on the other side. I think there's a flyover up here. So, track bashing, as it's known. I'm going to jump on the external view just for a little bit, just so you can see what's going on. Foliage uses the tree enhancement pack. Now, the foliage is actually bundled in for usage on this route. It doesn't apply to any other DTG routes. It's solely included, comes in this pack as a base. Signal enhancement as well. They are bundled in for sole use on this route along with the track enhancement pack. The only thing that isn't actually bundled in is the sky and weather. So you really, if you think about it, for $19.99 you're getting a heck of a lot of package. Really, you're getting all the route upgrade, which is $19.99 in its own right, just on its own, if not more, I would have thought. And then you're getting everything else in there bundled in, just for play, making sure everything looks great and works. I think it's a good deal, I really do. And anyone that's pulled the nose up at the price already, I think, to be fair, you need to give your head a wobble, because the amount of work that's going into this, and for what you get in the package, I think is well worth the money, and if not more. I would have gladly paid $25, I think, for the amount of stuff that you're getting here. From what I've seen, it really is an enjoyable drive. It's like a new route. Think of it as a new route, because it really is a new route. Even though it technically isn't a new route, it is. The whole feel of it really is night and day against the old one. These route upgrades do not take 5 minutes either. It's quite a steep incline, this part. So if you've got a heavy train, you do need to be on the power, keep it moving. It is really quick, dropping back on speed. you want to try not to get sidetracked around here watching trains flying, because this is what happened to me on stream. I ended up going through a red signal here. Although we are actually green, so we're alright. I do personally think that this is one of the nice views of the route as well. Like, I do love that. This, it's all been rebuilt, this bridge. It's been kit bashed as well. It's been kit bashed out of Just Train's texture box from what I can see, and other bits and pieces, and I think they've done a really, really good job at nailing that. As well, overhead wiring is another thing that's been reworked in the street. It's been fully ripped up, and it now uses the Just Train's common library, OHLE. Oh, the sun's just coming. It's just poked through at the right time for a screenshot. It's a little bit more. There we go. Absolutely perfect. We've got a little bit of dead fight on that bridge. That's not. Well, that works. There we go. We've got rid of the dead fighting for that. I think that might be screenshot. Yeah, so the OHLE has been reworked fully. It now uses the Just Train's common library stuff, which is really nice to see. The original OHLE on the old route was poor. When I last drove the route, it still had the original OHLE, so since then it's been reworked. And the guys did jumping on my stream the other night, and they actually said how long it took them a long time. It took them a good couple of months to get all the OHLE in place properly. So, yeah, it's no easy job doing OHLE. It's also bad on double track routes, but when you've got like 4 tracks consecutively, and then you've got all this sort of stuff going on as well, it's not an easy job trying to find how everything looks. Train going fast. Is it HST? It is a HST, Midland Main Line. I just love that livery. I think I might be missing my branding patch. On then. That is a bad Tom moment. So this, I believe, is Silkstream Junction. Look on the map, it might actually have a marker, just to ensure I've got that right. It does, I think. Yeah, Silkstream Junction. I'll make sure I've got this right, because I'm obviously, as we're going to move along with this map, I want to give you the right locations for everywhere. So there's not really much to note in terms of places for a while. We're going to be shortly pressing on towards Mill Hill Broadway, and then heading towards Elstree and Borehamwood, which we'll go for Elstree Tunnel in a short while. And then we'll press on towards Radlett, and then on the right hand side later on we will have Redland Stone Terminal as well. We can have a look at, see what's going on there. But between now and then we can just enjoy the run, just taking the sights. What I will say as well is, since TS Classic 2024's update came out, I am seeing better performance in the game as well. FPS seems to be a little bit higher as well. I've noticed in some of my drives. I had a drive on Cumberland Coast the other night, and I was getting like 60 FPS in like places I'd never gotten before. So whatever they've done some good stuff. There's also a subscription scheme now going for new users. Aimed at new users, but I mean anyone can do it. User section functionality is all in on the route now. I don't think that was in there originally. But the detail in the OHLE is just looking absolutely superb, as you can see. Just look at all the different stuff that's going on. All the booster packs and all these 4-track gantries and all the bits and insulators and stuff like that. Extra return arms at the tops. You've got all your return and midpoints as well. So we've got I think this is the midpoint here. Comes in there. And starts off here, so you've got all different bits and like extra return and stuff going off. Tons of new custom assets, like you've got shopping centres and stuff going on here. Lots of it. There's these as well, you've got like motorway signs. I love this advert sign. This big sort of metal structure thing, his frame. It's just little things like that that make a scene. Oh, this is Mill Hill Broadway. For platforms as well, lots of stations have had extensions added to them where needed, so they can cope with the 12 cars, 700s and stuff. Signage and all that sort of stuff's been added, loads of new clutter. All the 700 signage as well is in there. Mileposts, you've got all your mileposts and stuff like that as well that's been added, all proper ones. Drainage, I can see drainage there. There's tons of stuff. Wherever you look, there's something new. You'll never get bored with this. It's one of them where you should really, it'd be cool to do a side by side and just see how different it is. Don't drive tired. That's a new sign. Self-storage. There's a lot of self-storage units on this route. Tons of them. You'll see loads of different ones. All the retaining walls and stuff, the motorways there. It oozes with detail. It really, really does. The guys really do deserve the praise. It's an absolute testament for the time and effort they've put into it. We'll jump out there again. Have a little look. What's going on? So we're just approaching the L Street tunnels. Grass in the field and stuff like that. You've got power going down to the substations, all the wires dropping down. There's a little centre on the right hand side here. There's all sorts of stuff. There's even little signs on the tunnels, look. They weren't there originally. Just the little things. Some things are little, there's some big things as well, but all these things mount up and really do produce something beautiful. So shortly we're going to be approaching Elstree and Bournemouth Station as well. And EastEnders fans around, that's where EastEnders filmed, around there. I like EastEnders, I'm not ashamed to say. Moving on, before I get trolled. Dancing on Ice is filmed there as well. Well, this is the original version of the shoot. It was one of them as well. You can get bored really easily because just how poor it was. I've driven this so many times now. I'm not even bored of it, and I'm still enjoying it just as much as I did the first time. These little cool bridges as well. These little like walkways going through. Really, quite nifty. Now there is another road scene somewhere that I am going to try and spot, and I will show it. I do have Brandon, that has Brandon on it. That's it. We're in the area where there's some unbranded ones. And we're either going to get held here or the signal should clear as we get towards it. It looks like we may cross over, I'm not too sure. Flies on window. Yep. It's 40 for the crossover. We're going to the fasts. Do go and have a look at the manual for this as well. I mean, look at the recommended audio settings as well. That tells you how you need to set your audio. Ambient audio has been recorded as well for this, so to have it sounding right, it recommends you have it about halfway. No more than 59, by the way. Different audio sound sets have been recorded for this, so audio at different places represents that area. If you've got like a busy road nearby, you'll hear that more. It's yeah, there's a lot of detail in that department. You can hear planes if you're nearby Luton Airport. Jump down here. I like the track hiss might have been updated or different for this. I think this is what I was going to mention as well. This scene here, right? I only caught this off the off chance when I drove past it yesterday, and my God, it's really it's great. I couldn't like get the words out when I was looking at it last night. It's got bus stops. It's even got street names. Bins, these little things, foot-road, little pavement. It's got a little dead end road sign going down here. It's got it all. Ignore that because you're not really going to see that from driving. But yeah, this little scene here, I think, has it all, and you can literally just stick yourself there and watch trains. Very nicely detailed. So overview basically on this, so it overhauls the DPG Midland Main Line, London to Bedford to a high standard to represent the route roughly between 2011 and 2019. Below is a summary of key features of the route. So the majority of the scenery visible from the driver's cab have been ripped out and replaced with higher quality and more accurate detailed assets. Overhead line equipment completely replaced. 12-car platforms added. HST speed limits added. King's Cross Thameslink added. Cricklewood Curve, Brent Junction Curve to Dudding Hill Junction been relayed with accurate gradients. Additional track added between Carlton Road Junction and Junction Road Junction. Signalling functionality vastly improved using the Signal EP, packaged for the use with this route only. Unusual sections of cab secure radio boards have also been added. So in the manual it goes through the detail in more detail. So like the scenery vegetation has been used from the vegetation EP. packaged and utilised for this enhanced pack only. Combined with a careful use of grass in the foreground, grass in the foreground and more performance-friendly 2D assets further away from the track, this now has a rich, luscious vegetation feel. It also goes to say that they were taken care on how the vegetation looks in autumn, spring and winter, which is often neglected in routes. Whilst it's hard to beat the height of the summer with everything in bloom, this route just is now a joy to driving all seasons. Moving on to trackside clutter. Special attention has also been given to trackside clutter such as signage, cable trunking, railway waste and junction boxes. All these things come together to simulate a detailed and varied railway environment. Station clutter. Plenty of clutter has also been placed to stations such as signage, posters, fencing, platform markings, seating and driver-only operation monitors. The overhead line. All existing overhead line equipment has been completely removed and replaced with higher quality assets from the Just Trains Common Library. Each gantry and hangar has been carefully placed and chosen to reflect the prototype as close as possible. Mileposts. Once again, they're using the Just Trains Common Library mileposts have been accurately placed every quarter of a mile as per reality. After over a century in situ, many of these mileposts have developed a lean, which has also been represented. So you might see them sort of tilted backwards or forwards or to the side a bit. That's also been simulated as per where they are. Boundary fencing. Boundary fencing has been added where it was previously missed. Palisade fencing has been replaced by post and wire or vice versa to reflect the reality, where it has changed during the route era of 2011 to 2019. The type in place the longest has been used. I think we've just come up as well, or part of the manual for a moment, because we are actually, I'm trying to figure out where we are. We've actually gone past Radlett's terminal, so I can't actually show you that because we've been busy gabbing away. So, St Albans. So I'm just going to quickly pause and just show you a lovely little detail around the signal box here. So this has been spruced up, I believe, repainted as in texturing. It's got some signage added to it as well for the name, along with a lovely little centre that you can come and visit. Now, this reminds me of what was on the Wessex route at Romsey. Jack added one of them just below the station, as is per real life, and this again is just a little same sort of thing which you can come and visit. It actually has a notice in the front, we'll have a look in a second, but there's all sorts of old school railway memorabilia, signage and whatnot, as you can see there, which has been modelled to appear as you're driving by. You can come and obviously park yourself and watch the trains go by. This would be quite a prime location for a train spotting scenario if ever one was to be made. But yeah, I like this sort of stuff. If you come to the front, there is a little board here. To Albans South, to be known to be exact. It's to Albans South. The S has been scrubbed off. So it's got the opening days and stuff on there. It's a free place to visit. If you actually do live nearby here, why not go and pop in a visit? You've do that sort of stuff. This looks new. Ridgemont Plaza. Cool. I'd say there's loads of like new assets. You just got to try and find them. All this sort of stuff as well. Mind the gap and the little fences that have been added. New billboards. And obviously ones that actually represent nearby as well. They've been modelled. This is just some of the stuff you can expect to find at other stations as well. It's like the amount of detail that's been added into these. One thing that would have been nice, I noticed that these are the old, say it's old, these are the newer DTG style boards. They've been re-textured by looks of it, I think. Unless there's some blue ones in the West Coast mainline south room, I'm not sure. But it's just a shame that we haven't got some with like text, time, or destinations added to them. One of the things that would have been quite nice to have had on here as an extra. Right, back to our manual. So, lighting. Night lighting has been overall to be realistic in colour, coverage and intensity. The colour temperature of around 4000 K has been used as per reality for station lighting. There's a bit about St Albans Preserve box, which we literally just had a look at that now, so I'm not going to go through that again, we've just literally seen it. Luton Airport though. At Luton Airport Parkway, keep an eye out and your ears peeled out for a landing aircraft. This can be seen from many miles away, so once north cutting at Harpenden or south of Leagrave, make sure to spot the A320. Please note that your ambient audio volume must be set as described at the beginning of this manual to hear the plane. Infrastructure. All signals are now placed correctly with accurate ID plates which match industry signalling diagrams. Missing ground signals have also been placed and added at many locations. The height of signals, whether they are offset or whether they are on a gantry, has also been taken into account. LED signals have been added where applicable, like with the boundary fencing. If they were changed during the route era 2011 to 2019, the type in place along with has been used. Using the signalling enhancement pack, which is packaged with this route for use with this route only, realistic approach control behaviour on diversion junctions is implemented with accurately released distances on many signals and plausible ones on others where reference material was not available to us. In addition, associated position lights illuminate for routes as per reality. Also, all the lovely visuals as seen with the signal enhancement pack, such as signal aspect sequencing and incandescent bulb fade, are all present. Finally, the original version of this route suffered from original signal gantries that were too low, sometimes clipping the trains, and also gantry signals which lacked sighting boards behind them. Both of these have now been rectified. Speed limits. Speed limits have been moved and changed where they were previously incorrect. Also from December 2013, many stretches of the fast lines from Elstree tunnels northwards were upgraded to allow speeds of 125 mph compared to the previous maximum of 110 mph. These have been added with the boarded as HST signs, which applies to the HSTs and 222s used on the route. We'll go on to the next section in a minute because we look like we're going to have some signal occurrences there. Look to Harpenden. Need to get down to 40. I think this thing's already cleared, to be honest. It has. That 319's actually been held for us. As you see, there is a couple of stutters here and there. It's just when we get into busy areas, but it soon clears away. Not a massive issue. Can't really get away from it on Puchase length, yes. Right, so Dudding Hill Junction, located between Cricklewood and Hendon, are Brent Curve junctions north facing, and Cricklewood South Junction south-facing junction, which form two sides of a triangle meeting at Dudding Hill Junction. These chords serve the freight-only line to Acton and are where the majority of freight trains join the Midland main line. This track has been relayed with accurate gradients and scenery added to provide a natural start and end point for freight scenarios. Junction Road Junction. Similar to Dudding Hill Junction, scenery in the track has been added between Carlton Road Junction and Junction Road Junction to give a natural start and end point for freight scenarios using the link to the Gospel Oak embarking line. King's Cross Thames Link. Despite the era of the route being 2011 to 2019, King's Cross Thames Link station has been represented in full late 90s to early 2000s regalia to provide a proper start and end point in London for scenarios based on the station's closure of 2007. 12-car platforms and sidings. In 2010 to 2011, many platforms were extended to facilitate 12-car trains. These have been added to the route. Bedford Jowett sidings have also been extended to take 12-car trains too. Stop car markers. Stop car markers have been added at every station, as well as FW, RLU and all signage for the Class 700 operation. Additionally, stopping points are provided in the scenario editor for scenario creators so they can stop the AI at the right position with ease. This means basically as well, so in a scenario you would normally place the stop points wherever you needed. It's all there for you, so you just need to literally pick the right location. So that's good. Speeds the job up. New sections. These have been added along with relevant signage so that scenario creators do not now need to do this themselves. Cab Secure Radio, also known as CSR. The signage for this has also been placed as per reality for when CSR was still in operation around pre-2014ish. This means that scenario creators will now not need to manually place the signage themselves to have operational CSR in their scenarios. It will simply now work out of the box with any of the rolling stock has it simulated. Rough ride over junctions. When passing over junctions, particularly at speed, you will experience a rougher ride, just like reality. This is visible both inside and outside of the cab. This basically is when you go over set points, it's now been set rough, so the value of the track wobble sway is a lot more violent, so it literally will throw you around, which is quite cool. Which you might notice at various intervals when we've been driving over points. The buses there. Have we got some new buses added here? I'm not sure if they've been retextured or not, you know. Or whether they are just buses that were already there. I have no idea, I'm just assuming it. That's loads of piles of ballast in the track bed there as well. So, next up, audio. Ambient. All existing ambient audio has been removed and replaced with newly recorded audio from 59 separate locations on the route in reality. Whether it's the roar of the M1 traffic at Mill Hill Broadway, the tweeting of birds at Radlett, or the sirens of Luton, these sounds intend to immerse you even further into the route. Please note that your ambient audio needs to be set as described at the beginning of the manual to hear this is intended. Finally, we recognise that the sounds of the train themselves are more important than ambient audio, so if Train Simulator hits its limits of number of sounds that it can play at once, the ambient audio will mute itself before any other sounds. If you can't hear any ambient audio, then that will be why. So basically, the train's got a priority over the ambient audio to make sure you don't lose any engine audio, which is good. Reverb. Detailed reverb effects have been added throughout the route, so you'll hear the sound changes as you pass through tunnels or under bridges. More subtle reverb has also been added where there are solid structures close to the line, including brick cutting walls on the approach into London. Again, as described at the beginning of the manual, please ensure you have the EFX box ticked within your game audio settings to hear these effects. St Pancras low-level track rumble. Anyone who has been to Thameslink platforms at St Pancras will know that the track makes a distinctive kind of resonant sound when trains arrive and depart. This has also been implemented. Next up is quick drives. Simple no AI quick drive is featured, which allows you to drive from any station on the route. In addition, so there's some without AI. That's right. I've read that totally wrong then. So if you don't want AI, there's them. But also, in addition, for departure stations listed with the year suffix of Bedford 2019, for example, these quick drives offer AI and even the chance of facing adverse signals. The year stated denotes the kind of traffic and AI you will see and pass you. So if you pick a 2011 one, you'll see 319s, 377s, 222s or HSTs. If you pick 2016, you get 319, 377s, 387s, 222s and HSTs. 2019, you will get 700s, 222s or HSTs. And speaking of HSTs, there is one now on the left having a race. So you can see the rough points here. It bobs a bit more when you go over them. In addition to those staples in all areas, there is also the chance of seeing some freight / non-passenger trains. Finally, which trains you'll see, if any, is dependent on owning the relevant enhancements and rolling stock pack from the website, except for the 222, which at the time of writing used the standard version from Just Trains. Bits and bobs. This section is dedicated to aspects of the pack which don't warrant a dedicated section but are still of note. So, numerous custom scenery assets to represent structures on the route have been added. For everything you see, an effort has been made to ensure that this is a consistent use of shading and colours so scenery assets look right in the overall scene. For example, a consistent shade of white, which is neither too bright or too dark. Sunderland loops have been added. Platforms 1 and 2 at Harpenden have been relayed to feature more realistic curvature. Slow lines have been slewed around the arch overbridge a mile or so south of Harpenden, rather than just being straight as per the original version. Cricklewood South sidings have been added. These were constructed in 2014/15 in readiness for the 700 operation. This does not include the extension to the south sidings, which was constructed in 2020. Cricklewood North sidings extended in length. St Albans Centre siding have also been extended in length. Tunnels have been made properly dark. Broomham Road Bridge north of Bedford Station replaced with an arched bridge. Greenish lighting around St Pancras Thameslink platforms replaced with a more realistic neutral colour. The track from the track EP has been utilised. Transitional bullhead jointed track is in use in a small number of locations that is still seen around Elstow, Luton Limbury Road, Luton Crescent Road, Radlett Redland Roadstone, and West Hampstead Down Carriage Loop. West Hampstead Thameslink footbridge has been painted purple as per the prototype of 2014 era. Numerous portals have been added to aid in creation of scenarios. As mentioned earlier at the beginning of the stream about scenarios, the route comes with 4 and these feature for the 700. Everything's listed in the manual for them, what they are and how long they are in duration or what requirements they use. It also goes on to mention about the packs that have been updated that bring scenarios forward into this route from the old MML, from AP packs. And they also mentioned about the extra scenarios on the Powerhouse flag application. There's some notes as well for scenario creators. I'm not going to go through all them. There's some extra bits and pieces. And just finally the credits. So there's credits for Toby, Amiel and Pablo Martinez, the masterminds behind this project. These two chaps are responsible for the vast majority of the scenery that you see in this pack. and also 4 aspect simulations for the quick drives and a number of scenery assets. And there we go. And if you want to give that a read for yourselves, just literally you'll find the manual on the website. I think it's in the installer as well, as normal. So I think just past Luton before. So we're heading towards I think Leagrave, either Leagrave or Harlington. I have no idea. They've been reading for so long. I've lost where we are. What are your thoughts on this anyway, guys? Have you purchased this yet? If you've already bought it, let us know in your comments below. If you've not yet bought it and you're waiting maybe for a sale or just to see what people's video reviews are prior to that, and let us know as well. Yeah, get the conversation going. It is Harlington we're going towards. About 13 miles to Bedford, so we're not that far away really. It's 40-odd mile journey. Obviously, we haven't really featured everything down the south end at St Pancras. We will, no doubt, do something for that again at some point soon. Videos or streams. No doubt other people's videos feature as well. Also, I do apologise, there's been quite a gap between videos. I've just been so busy with all things work related and everything else. I'm trying to get a few videos in before I go away in a week's time. We're off to Benidorm for a week, so there'll be another gap then on streams and videos. So I want to try and get a few bits of content made and done, ready. Even if I'm trying to get a few bits to go live whilst I'm away. That is the aim here. Try and get as many videos recorded as possible. I do have Dorset Coast Phase 2 to try and do a little video on as well. We did stream that about a week ago. It's an absolute superb little bit of work as well, so ideally I do want to get that up on here. That deserves a showing. Currently FPS wise I'm getting 57, which is very good. We get the odd little dip in FPS to first stutter, and it soon revives again. Nothing to worry about in my eyes. Very well, the amount of detail that's actually in here, and the performance on it is pretty decent. It's been well done. Heading up towards Flitwick, which is not too far off. It's just appearing on the HUD now. Flitwick junction down on the slows we are. I need to drop that down to 70 in a minute. So I'm just going to power off here. Let it just ease itself back a bit. Links in the description for the route itself as well. If you want the scenario, it's on Powerhouse as well. 99p for the scenario. No, a bit of rough junction work there. We're heading towards Amiel tunnels next. Not too far off. Then we're going to head towards Wixham's, which actually is a proposal of a new station. Don't know when that's meant to open, but in my rail atlas of God knows when it's from. It's quite old actually, this one. Yeah, I don't actually know when it was published. Let's say, I have no idea. Just says 13th edition rail atlas. Oh, hang on. 2013 this was published. Blimey, Christ, it's 11 years old. It's a bit, it will be a little bit out of date, to be honest. Is that out of date that it says that the line from goes over Bletchley towards Oxford, the one that's obviously been built, was meant to be 2017. That's how hard that is. It's still not open. That was Amiel tunnel. That's a double tunnel, obviously. There's fast and slow. Don't actually say how long that tunnel is, and some tunnels are mentioned of how long they are, but didn't say. Quick look, and I think literally page 43 go up to so literally the next station is actually Bedford. We will go past the stone. There's a stone terminal just outside of Bedford as well, which we'll see, which is the Elstow Lafarge stone terminal. And then literally we'll be straight into Bedford. Have a look around the sidings as well, the work that's been done there. That's pretty decent as well. There's a lot of detail going on there. Isn't it birds? The birds and sort of like rustling of trees. Very crisp, clear audio as well. Also, we're 11 minutes late, so 2022 should have got to Bedford, but we are actually still we're 12 minutes late now. We're a minute later currently, but not to worry. I'm not worried. Power off and slow back down to 70 with a double yellow. This is Elstow terminal on the right here. Let me show you this. Can't quite remember what it looked like here, but there's been a lot more added, as you can see. A lot of detail going on now. Some that I noticed in the JT assets and which are these things. That's a JT asset. Don't know where that's come from. Cool. Not sure if that's the original asset actually. That might be original. But yeah, it's oozing with some detail. I do hope this video has been informative though for you. Obviously a little bit of detail where we're at as well along the way, just so you know. Some extra like sort of yard and junction names and stuff. It just helps a bit. Especially if you don't quite know the area. So it's good to get a good idea. Obviously we've gone through the manual in grave detail. There's a new shop there as well at Marks and Spencer's outlet. That's new. Also, we did see the A320 on this occasion. We didn't get to see it on the stream though, so if you was there for the stream, you'll have seen it. There's been pictures, loads of pictures. Currently go red. Always get held around here for something. It made clear though. I'm getting nearer to it. I love the little platforms there as well, for whatever reason they are. Little turn back for the yard or whatever. But this is one of the depots here. Cleared, excellent. Just an extra thing to mention as well, this route actually isn't an overwrite of the original MML. It shows up as a new route in the list. So it's been cloned and worked on as a separate. So you can literally find the route under M, so for Midland Main Line, and it has AP in brackets at the end. Some 317s in there. I don't think actually I had them go past us in there. For those that may wish to make this a bit of a hybrid route as well, there's a mod on ATS that adds in the fast line stuff for the 360s. Adds in Series 2 OHLE. I haven't got that in. Might add it at some point, I'm not too sure. Depends if I'm going to use stuff with 360, not really, isn't it? I think it just has OHLE to these other two bits on the left hand side. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video though. We've made it to Bedford. Again, just well done to everyone that's been involved with this. Whoever's done their bit, they've all done a fantastic job. It really does feel like a new route, and yeah, can't praise it enough really. I hope that's come across in this video as well. From me showing it off 8 months ago to what it is like now. It's amazing. But there we go, we are here. So thank you very much for watching. Again, like, share, subscribe, hit your notification bell as always for future videos. There will be some more coming up very, very soon in the run to me going away for our holiday. Don't forget to catch on Twitch at twitch.tv/trainsim_TV as well. Fridays and Sundays for your usual Train Sim Classic, Train Sim World, or whatever else we can rustle together. Streams normally 8:30 starts. If we can bring them forward, we do normally let you know as well. So keep your eye up on Facebook or YouTube in the community section. We'll normally let you know what's going on. But until then, again, take it easy, guys. Thank you very much. Don't forget routes in the description if you do wish to go and grab this. But until next time, thank you for watching, and bye for now.